Settle in, sister. I heard you want to go to Ghana and we're going over the visa process. All right, this is not legal advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I did. So, first, I gathered the following documents: my passport, my flight itinerary, my yellow fever vaccine card, a passport photo that is less than 6 months old, a photo of my signature. So, I took a blank piece of paper and I signed it. My hotel and Airbnb confirmation, I had to use that because I didn't have a sponsor or a personal invitation from a local Ghanaian. An envelope with a shipping label and a return label. And I'll explain why you'll need that later. So those are the documents that you have to gather. Step 2. Because it's not enough to gather the documents, you also have to make copies of your documents. So once you gather all of your documents, you now need to make a copy, a digital and a physical copy of. So you can take a picture of your documents to serve as your digital copy, but you also need to make a physical copy of the following, and it's going to go inside of the envelope. All right. You need digital and physical copies of the following: your passport, your yellow fever vaccine, your flight itinerary confirmation, your passport photo, your signature, your hotel or Airbnb confirmation, or the information and ID of the host that you're staying with in Ghana, and the return label that I just told you to buy. You have to make a copy of that return label, digital and physical. And then a copy of the filled out visa plus the receipt for the visa after you finish the online application. Girl, I know I told you. I told you settle in, sister. I told you in the beginning. Girl, we haven't even got to the online application. So, once you've gathered all of your physical documents, and then you made digital and physical copies of your original documents. You're following me, your sister? You're following me? You then fill out the online application. The first few screens is just you entering in your information, your name, your address, your passport information, where you're going to be staying, who you're going to be staying with, how long you're staying. You also have to indicate how much money you're going to be bringing with you on your trip. And then all of those digital copies that I told you to make, whether you take a picture of your document in clear, good, crispy lighting, or you go to the library like I did and actually scan in your documents and have them emailed to you, you then take your digital copies and then you upload them into the application. Now, keep in mind, every file has to be 1 megabyte, 1 MB or smaller. So you can use this website to shrink your files if your files are too large like mine were. So you're going to upload. We're going to go back. You're going to upload all of your digital copies. You're going to upload a picture or a scanned image of your passport, your yellow fever vaccine, your flight itinerary or confirmation, your passport photo, a picture of your signature, your hotel or Airbnb confirmation, a picture of the return label, and yes, you're going to be uploading all of that. If you have your COVID vaccine, you also upload that as well. So once you upload all the information and they make a beautiful little checklist for you, you then submit and pay the visa fee. Once you submit and pay, you print out the actual application that you just filled. It should be a completed application. And you print out your receipts that you paid for your visa. Now, you then take your visa application, your printed out receipt, all of the physical copies that I had you make earlier. You then take all of that, you put it in an envelope, okay? You put it in an envelope. Then you put in your actual motherfucking passport in the envelope. The return label that I had you get, I went with UPS. You put the actual return label and the copy of the return label in the envelope. You put your actual passport in the envelope. Yes, ma'am. And you have to mail it to the Embassy of Ghana. I sent mine to Washington, D.C. And so you triple check everything. They, at the end of the visa application, they give you a beautiful checklist of everything that is supposed to be in your envelope. Make sure all of these things are inside of your envelope. Did I say the passport data page? What I said, make a copy of your passport. I meant just the data page. But yeah, you stick everything in the envelope, and then you mail all of your things to the Embassy of Ghana. Now, let's talk about time frames. My visa fee was $65. My shipping label to and from the shipping label to the embassy was $15. The shipping label from the embassy back to me was $15, plus the $18 that I had to pay for a passport photo. So 65 plus 30 plus 18, you do the math, girl. That's how much it cost me to file the visa application in America. So it took about 3 to 4 days for it to arrive to the embassy. I got a beautiful email that had a checklist of every single document that they received. So they verified that they received all the documents that I was supposed to send in. And it says in the email, it takes 15 days for this to be processed unless you paid for the expedited processing. And then I'm assuming it's going to take about 3 to 4 days once they're done with that to send it back to me. So if you're filling out the visa process and you're not going to go the expedited route, make sure you have a minimum of 3 weeks in order to complete this process. I went ahead and sent mine out 2 months ahead of time because we're dealing with snow, we're dealing with all these kinds of political things. You know, I just wanted to give them plenty of time to process my application, okay? I didn't want to be waiting till the last minute. So that's it. That is it, my sister. That's how you fill out the visa application step by step. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, girl.